Hi there. Well, remember I needed to change out the connectors from the fans. So I did a great job of putting, cutting off the pins or the connectors and then putting these pins in. But this is the wrong, they're not supposed to be pins. They're supposed to be the female connectors. I just realized because the headers are pinned. So that's what I'm doing now is I'm going to cut these off and put the correct ones on. So I bought a set of connectors of all different sizes. I didn't need to buy the whole different sizes, but you never know when you might need something like this. So, and in the past I've needed some, so I decided to go ahead and splurge a little bit. It only cost about 12 bucks. And but I've tried in the past I've had connectors slip out of their casing and then tried to put them back in and fix it up again, and I found that it's or maybe the connector was a little loose or whatever, and I had to, in the past I've opened up the connector and try to be real careful about it, but it always seems that if you try to do it by hand without the correct tool, it just isn't a very good connection. So I went ahead. This is more expensive than the connectors. It's a specialized tool for doing pinouts. So there you go. And it has different gauges here, but it does a much better job than trying to just use a pair of pliers. So, and there's actually two parts that you need to crimp down. There's the part that holds the insulation, and then there's the part where the wire actually goes into a separate area here inside. This is so small that you probably can't see it, but anyway, there's a little slot for the actual wires to go in. So you're actually crimping two parts, where the wire is being crimped down and where it crimps around the insulation to prevent pullout. Okay, I mean, you could crimp around just the wires and it would probably hold for the most part, but crimping around the insulation just ensures that it's not going to pull out so easily. So I got to cut these off and put the right ones on, unfortunately. That's a good question. Should I just, yeah, I guess I could cut it. Well, it's going to be so difficult. I don't want to make my life any harder than it has to be, so I'll just cut the whole thing off. Same thing for this one. And as you can see, these are actual little pins. The ones that I actually need to put in are not pins, but the slot part of it. See? Oops, hard to see that. And you can see those all have little holes in them. Okay. Alright. Let's cut these off. Oh, got a strip of wire here. I got a pair of wire strippers that I can go get. In the past, I've tried using wire strippers to crimp connectors, it doesn't work. So anyway, but these are wire strippers and they work great for wire stripping, and not a whole lot more. Alright, so oops, what did I do with the connector? Okay, here we go. So, one of the things I do is twist the end to make it so it doesn't splay out, because there's actually a space for it to go into here. Okay. So just lay this sucker on top. Make sure I don't crimp the actual. There we go. That didn't work out so well. There's this one part that didn't come out so well. I don't know why. Alright. Oh, I think I crimped the collector too. That's not good. Went too far. Okay. That might be a problem. That might be a problem, Houston. It's, yeah, it's going to be a problem. Let's try forcing this to open it up a little bit. I didn't do such a great job there. Yeah, I can do a better job on the next one. I didn't have to go so far into it. You only, on these you only need to do the very far end. The other ones you have to go farther up. I know that doesn't make a whole lot of sense, since you didn't see me do the other one. But believe me. This one, oh, you can't see that. It's so small. See the little pointy things on the end? Oh. Those are the things that you gotta crimp. Oh. And without crimping the rest of it. Okay, I see how this works. Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah. I didn't even, you don't even need to remove as much, you don't have to strip as much insulation as you do, like the way you do with the other ones. You only need a little small bit of stripping here. Oops. Let's see. I don't know if you can see that. It might be easier to see it on this. Yeah, see, it's just a little bit of silver there showing. I don't even think I need to try a twist. It's not enough to twist. Okay. So I gotta make sure I don't stick this whole thing in there. This is gonna be a lot harder. That's for sure. I don't like these pointy things stick out so much. Too much, almost. Don't need them to stick out that much. Oh, that was smart. I dropped it into the fan area. There it is. Let me see if I have something magnetic to pull it out with. Come on out. There we go. Little magnetic screwdriver. Alright, okay, this is going to be tough to do with just two hands. I need a third hand. Hold that on there. Oh. Okay, stick that in there as far as we can. Oh, closed it too much. That should be enough. Not enough. Okay. Go to the first click and see what happens. Okay, stick it in there. There we go. Okay. Heck, I should just glue it in place, huh? Oops. Uh-oh. Those veins are being very troublesome. This one's a lot harder than the other one, that's for sure. The other one has a little slot to go into. This doesn't have any slot to go into. Definitely wonder if I need to solder it first. And then, well, that's what I need to do, solder it first and then crimp it. Because I don't know any other way to hold that onto it while I'm trying to crimp it. Well, I could take off more insulation and then use the wire as a place to hold on. Alright, let's do that. Let's try that. Where'd it go? Oh, here it is. Alright. Okay. Now I can use this to hold on to the tip while I slip this in. Ah! Okay. It's obviously a lot harder than it looks. Okay, let's twist the wire. If I make it long enough, it will go into the pinout. Oops. Oh. I don't know what the heck was going on there. Okay. Okay, I made it a little bit longer, as you can see, than before. That way it'll go inside the pinout, and that'll hold And that'll hold it in place while I crimp it, which is what I had done before with the other setup. Okay, so this at least will stay to some degree, like so. Let's see if I can force. I'm going to see if I can force the insulation down into the slot. Maybe that'll hold it in place too. Nope, I'm not seeing that happen. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. Well, looks like I'm going to just have to solder it first. Well, I got this. I have a regular soldering iron, and then I have this, which is cold heat, which is battery powered. I've used it in the past. I haven't used it lately. So let's see if it works. I did replace the batteries. So let's see if this is going to work or not. I don't see it lighting up here. There's a little light. There's obviously a light so you can see what you're doing. But we'll see. You guys can watch along with me. Alright. So we're going to use an alligator clip here to hold this in place. Okay. Let's try that again. There we go. Where's my solder? Alright. This solder has a resin core, so I don't need any. Technically, I don't need any rosin. So, but it is old school actual lead, so at least I think it is. Pretty sure it is. So about a very long time ago. See, it may contain lead. So I keep it in a plastic bag to make sure I don't physically touch it. Okay. So do I have to squeeze this? Oh, I think it turns on when it, yeah, that's what it is. It turns on when it actually makes metal contact, metal to metal contact. Otherwise it won't actually turn on. Why is this loose? Okay, that is definitely loose. Can't add this. Rolling around here. Everything on this thing is loose. It's cheaply made, so I bought it mostly for the stand so I can put my regular soldering iron on there. Oop, I see sparks. Okay, now it turned off. Now it's on. I see sparks. I see sparks. What does that mean? Well, the red light's still on. Well, looks like I'm gonna have to hook up my regular soldering iron. Get this thing to work. Doesn't seem to be heating up enough. What happened here? I guess I gotta give it time to heat up. I wonder how much heat the batteries can actually generate. Well, I know you can generate enough battery power to start a fire, so which is pretty hot. Hmm. Not getting anything here. In the background, there's a game show being played by one of my household members that loves watching game shows. Alrighty, this is not working. Time to bring out the old-fashioned soldering iron that I know will work. I've tried this before, this cold heat before. It has worked, but I haven't used it lately. Though I have replaced the batteries recently. Well, within couple months ago, but I haven't used it since. So the battery should still be good. I'm getting nothing. But it's getting hot. Oh, I feel it in the wire or in the solder. Solder is getting hot, just not hot enough at the moment. It's a slow cold heat, I guess. Just refuses to heat up enough. I think I'm bending the connector at this point. Too much weight. Yeah, this is taking too long. I don't know. problem with my other soldering irons is that they're little. The tip, I don't have a good tip. All the tips are all very heavy duty tips. So that's what I bought this thing for, really. Okay. Ah. It'll take a little bit to heat up, so I'm going to pause the camera, and when it's hot enough, I'll bring you back online. Alright, we're back, I think. Yes. Alright. It is now hot enough. Let's heat this little sucker up. Shouldn't take very long at all. There you go. That's all it takes. Really. Okay, that's not going to come off. Oh, it's a little hot, so be careful. Oh, no. I can put it in a crimper without having it fly all over the place. I gotta make sure I don't crimp everything. Just the parts that need crimping. There we go. There we go. That's done. Alright, I might as well do the other ones here. Let's turn this around. Don't you hate it when you have to redo something that you've done a pretty good job on? Let's get that one off. Let's cut this one off. Alright. Okay, now we know how much we need now. Not that much. Might as well cut the other one, or strip the other one while I'm here. That way I can gauge how much I stripped off the other one. Yeah. I can see what I'm doing. Ah! I missed. Lucky I didn't cut all the wires off. Okay. What are we looking for? Alright, so I'm gonna make a mess here if I'm not careful. Okay, I knew I had to do more. I don't know why I didn't cut off more. Oh, stuff's sharp. If you don't like getting poked, I wouldn't attempt. I would advise you against doing this kind of stuff. You don't like being, ouch, poked like that. All right. Yeah. could have more wiring available. I cut it. Yeah. Well, we'll see. Nope. That didn't help. Okay. Let's bring this back. Put it in the jaws of death. Oh, let's twist the wires a little bit so I can shove it in there a little bit. Oop. There we go. Okay. Wrong hand, wrong place. Okay. Well, just gonna have to. And I got a hot thing there to boot. Okay. There we go. It's coming out. Oop. Now it did come out. Okay. Oh, that's much better. Alright. Gotcha. There we go. Alrighty. Normally you don't have to solder this in. The connectors are good enough. Hopefully it won't block the actual connector. But I don't know why I'm having such a difficult time trying to get this tool in here. Okay. Well, I can see right away that these little twisty wings are too wide open. Okay. I gotta close them so that they fit inside the jaws here. Okay. So far so good. Let's see. Let's put one of these wires in here, see if how far it goes in. Well, it goes in alright. Probably not as far as I'd like it, but it goes in. Alright, did I twist this one? No, I didn't. Alright, I didn't cut off the little extra on this. You don't really need that part. Okay. If I'm wrong, somebody put it in the comments. See, and these things, this thing, with the little pointed tabs, I'm going to have to close them in a little bit for when I put them in the jaws. These are actually a little closer together than the other ones. The other ones were really wide open. Okay. But for now, put this wire in here. And put them in the jaws, the alligator jaws. So I can see what I'm doing. Oops. I adjusted it and it let it loose. And let's try this again. I wanted to be able to see more of what I wanted. Alright. Alright, there we go. Nope. Nope. too much. Yep, this is very fiddly. Electronics, doing electrical wiring and such. Very fiddly work. So, if you don't like this type of work, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't attempt to go into it. Oops. Oh, that's hot. Okay. You also can't be afraid to it's hot. Oh, I can feel the heat on my fingers there. Alright. The reason it was hot is because this piece, well, this was touching the metal there when I had it inserted here. It's a little too low. Should have been above. This thing is warm. Actually, it should be out of the way, but shouldn't be over. Let's take this thing off here. Should have been away, out this way instead of touching that. All right, but I'm done now though, so it's like don't need to worry about that. You're probably wondering, well, if I soldered it in, why do I need to crimp it? Well, that gives it that extra level of protection, so to speak, that it's not going to come loose. All right. I think I'll put some heat shrink tubing on parts of this, just so that it sticks together and it's not so loose. Maybe it might look a little better. I don't know what sheathing costs. I don't know if I want to go to that route. That much trouble. I have plenty of heat shrink tubing. So, I don't know. We'll see. So, I found some heat shrink tubing. Ah, some bright light coming in. So, different sizes. As you can see. One size. Let's get this out of the way. Alright. Found a size that seems to fit okay. I'm able to get the connectors over the top. Doesn't cover the whole thing, but do I really need to? I don't think so. I could add another one, I suppose. Have two pieces on there. Oh, could have two pieces on there. Well, this one actually even fits inside the other one, I think. Okay, that doesn't matter. So, it probably wouldn't be all that noticeable. Some of these heat shrink, the more generic stuff, comes with without any printing on it. This one has some printing on it, so I don't know. You can see that on there. So, you know, if you're worried about looks, you got to make sure you don't get one with printing on it. I think I'm going to go with the shorter piece, just a short piece, just to avoid. That way, if I need to, because heat shrink, like this one is a very heavy duty heat shrink, so it will have a tendency to be very stiff. So that way I can have the flexibility on the ends to do some twisting around, but it'll keep this from just being all floppy all over the place. So here's yeah, oops, it'll be flexible on the ends, but it'll be real stiff in the middle. Okay, so here's a lot of noise coming at you. Okay, I didn't put it super tight. I put it tighter, I think. I didn't want to put it super tight, just in case I decide to take it off later on. Well, why not? Okay. Let's tighten it up some more. There is a limit to how far it'll tighten up. And if it's printed up, if you have printing on there, you can look up the printing and it'll tell you exactly how much it'll shrink, how much temperature you need, and whether, how much it can resist fire too. It has all kinds of different properties that are written on it. I think I'm melting the plastic around me. Plastic bag over there. Okay, I think that's as far as it's going to shrink. This one, maybe because it's heavy duty, I don't know. But anyway, it's to make it less like it's just a bunch of wires flopping around. This is actually highly flexible. It'll probably stiffen up once it cools down. Okay, this other one, well, I didn't have a long one like that, so I'm going to put two short ones, and hopefully it won't be all that noticeable. Wow, these wires are all... Straighten out the wires a little bit. That way the kinks won't show as much. Alright, so I got two short ones, but they're about the same length. Total, they're about the same length as the other one. Alright, so I'll go to about there. And here we go. And as you'll notice, it's almost, this combination is almost the same length. Very close, very close. So, let's do it. I think I'll shrink one and then shrink the other one on top of it. How's that for an idea? Alright. I think this no-name brand will shrink quite a bit compared to the one I just did. The other one's a little more heavy duty. This one was obviously a lot softer than the other one. Okay, it's already down. See, it went quick. Oops. So I can actually overlap this a little bit. There we go. And that seam won't be as noticeable. Oh, too much. Okay, so now I can continue going. And I can't really even tell that it's not one. Well, if you look real close, you could tell there's a seam there. But I think for most people, they won't notice. All right. Now the last part is actually putting the connector on. So this is the old connector. Oops, this is the old connector that I have here. I forgot what they're called, but you can see the pins on the inside. It actually has it's double, so you can actually mount them one on top of the other if you want it. But I think I'm going to have separate connectors for this. But you can see that they're numbered on here. Well, I can see that there has little numbers there. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. I looked up the pin connector on the in the manual, see what they were, what the pinouts were. And so, obviously the red one is number 1. Okay, and number 2 is the black one. So, as long as I follow that same order, it'll be fine. So let's take a look here. See if there's any numbers on here. I see some markings on here, but okay, let's check the other side. But you know what? This looks like a very generic connector. I don't see where a lot of connectors are. You can only attach them one direction, but these seem to be very generic, where it can go either direction. So I just have to be careful when I plug it in. Well, it just won't work if I plug it in. And oops, I wonder I couldn't see. I have a light. Okay. It looks like it says 1 and 4 on here, but it might just be my imagination. Just my imagination. It's just manufacturing mold lines, those 2 little dots. So I thought they looked like numbers, but they're not. Okay, so it doesn't matter. As long as the outside one is red and the inside one is, the second one is black, we're okay. So, okay, this is the pin side. This is the insertion side. So, if the wires were coming this way, okay, I'll assume it's this way. I think there is a tool for inserting the pins, but I didn't buy that. It's not going all the way in. Okay. I'm not going to worry about it too much. I'll just use a pair of, I think it's appears to be a little too wide. I'll squeeze it down a little. Refuses to go in. Alright, well, this is the same difficulties you would have. You know, this is my first time doing brand new pinouts. Oh, it won't go in. I don't want to totally force it. Oh, yeah, see, I started to bend it. I tried to force it in. I can see the tip of the pin right there. It just has to go a little bit higher, I think, or a little bit farther in for it to finish the connector to make it in. But that's as far as it'll go. I don't know if the pins will reach that far. I'm hoping. Yeah. This connector seems to be a little too wide to fit in there. Came out as a kit, so I don't know why. It's not coming out. Let's see, how about this one? Oh, it doesn't even want to go in home. Oh, there it goes. Oh, that one went in easy. Oh, yeah. See, you can actually see the metal showing through on that number 2. I don't know what I'm going to do about this number 1. I think I'm going to have to pull it out. Yep, came out real easy. Straighten it out maybe. Oh, it went, yep. Bent it up here. No longer straight. Let's try to straighten it out. So it'll go in straight. Try again. Maybe the second time's the charm. Oops, I was putting in the wrong pinout. I may end up taking it all apart again. Oops, oh, squeezed it too much. What happened here? There we go. Oh, okay. It was no longer round. There we go. In. Oh! Again, I put it in the wrong slot. Oh, it went in easy on that other slot. I don't know what happened. Okay, let's try a different angle. Oh, I see. There's all kinds of bentness to this. Okay, it was angled a little bit. Okay. Oh, there it went in easy, but it was the wrong pin out. Okay. Oh, hey, we got it in. There we go. I don't think it'll come out. It's good. Oh, the black one wants to come out. But I think we're good here. Alright. Regular connector there. Alright, let's try another one. Oh, I have it right here. Okay, remember red's on the outside. Okay. There we go, red. Come on, go in. It's all oblong. It's not rounded. There we go. That's better. Okay, come on. Just a little bit more. Okay, let's see if we can grab the end and push it in. Oh, that did go in. I think we got the contact, Houston. All right, that black one went in pretty easy. And I think we're golden there too. I do have something I can push in with. Some picks that I bought a long time ago. They're dental picks. They're not expensive. I use them for I don't use them for my teeth or any dental purposes, but they're called dental picks. And they've been highly useful. Just have little pointy things. In this case, I want to try to push the pin just a little bit farther in. I can see a little bit of metal sticking out. And I can catch the edge and push it in the rest of the way without doing too much damage here. There we go. Oh, hey, there. It's seated. Oh wow, it can go in farther in. Oh, there we go. Now it's seated too. It went farther in. Okay. Now we know that's going to be a good connector, I think. These, I don't think went all the way in. They felt like it. See if we can get them to go more. Do I see any metal sticking out here? Just I think on this one a little bit. The red one. I can barely see some of the metal there. Not so much the black one though. But they seem to be well seated in there. Oh, shouldn't have thrown away those other pins. Okay, there we go. Well, I have these pins here. And we'll stick them in. Oh, geez. That one's good. That one just seems very loose. Okay. I think if I press down on the metal here, that will tighten those up. Not this one. Ooh, that one almost wants to push out the pin. Oh yeah, these are good. These are really good. Okay, those are really good. These not so much. I don't know what happened. Try pushing them up a little bit. And pushing them down. Squeezing them. But they have better contact. Oh, I think I squeezed that one a little too much. Alright. Oh yeah, now that one we have resistance. Oops, almost pushed the pin out. This one we have resistance. Alright. This one you can see, I don't know, I pushed the pin out too much. So now what? Better push that sucker back in. Okay. Alright. Just gotta be careful when I push it in that I don't push the wires out. But, oh yeah, there we go. Now we got good. Alright. And it's not pushing it out. I just gotta hold the wires when I plug it in. Alright. Well, I could have done double, I guess. 2 fans with 1 connector. I didn't think about that. And there's this other wire here. This is to make it has a low and a high speed. This is old style. Now you have more. This wire would have been gone all the way to the connector so that you could adjust the speed using the motherboard. So, but because they didn't think of that 10 years ago. Alright, Antic 2-speed fans, but you gotta open the case and adjust them manually, and then you got these things flopping around. I don't know who came up with that idea. Maybe that's why they gave me so many tie wraps. Alright, well, that's my modification to make it work with the motherboard I have. So that's adding the pins on there. Red on the outside, black on the inside. Pin 1, pin 2.